Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of MYke 2cents. I'll be updating you with brief news about Nintendo, and I'll be also giving out my 2 cents. So, finally, E3 is over officially. What a what an event! There's so much going on. But in this episode, we're going to be focusing on Nintendo. So. Nintendo did something very different this year with E3. They didn't do their traditional conference. Everybody was worried about it. Instead, um, their Nintendo Direct, they made it into the E3, into their E3 event, which is really quite different. But in my opinion, it was pulled off. So let's just go over what they show. They show Pokemon X and Y. Of course, that game is gonna make a lot of sales. Um, I just wish they had made that game or secretly developing this Pokemon game for the Wii U. I think that will be really excited. You know, um, they're always talking about, we want to do something different. Then, do something different, but yet more effective. Cause who wouldn't want to play Pokemon on an HD, right? Um, Also, uh, see, they also show Mario 3D Land, which looks very traditional um, to the next generation, in my opinion. Man, there's some people, there's mixed reviews or mixed reactions about this title because, they thought it was going to be like a next gen Mario, but instead, um, it was more of like I said, it was more of a traditional style, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a platform, maybe Mario is best suited as that way. I'm pretty sure Nintendo thought hard about it. What can they do to make this Mario game the best they can? So I think, and I wasn't too sure what to think about it, but as I saw more of it and I was looking at the gameplay, I was like, wow, this really looks damn fun. It just reminds me of Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, which is personally probably my favorite Mario game, Mario Sunshine. So it looks like another badass platform. And about the cats. Personally, I hate cats. I hate everything about cats. I'm a dog person. I love dogs. But when I saw the with Mario Cat and his friends Luigi, Peach, and Toad climbing up the little walls and jumping, I was like, wow, this is a great idea. It just makes sense because cats are very agile and nimble. So I can understand the point of the cat costume. But very brilliant. That was pretty awesome. Um, so I hope I get to see or hear more about it in the near future. Let's see, Mario Kart Wii U or Mario Kart 8. I'm sorry. Um, wow, they I don't know how Nintendo does it. I really don't know how they do it. How they just keep evolving the Mario Kart series for the better. We got the bikes, we got the kite, them driving underwater. The tracks, but now they added the anti gravity feature. Which the wheels they move to the side and they can just drive on the walls or underneath the track. Everybody's still racing, but yet everybody's going in all different paths. And who knows, what shortcuts or what long ways, the tough ways. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty fun game. Of course, they're bringing in the items, like the bananas, the shells, and all that stuff, which makes Mario Kart Mario Kart. So, oh yeah, and the graphics for that game, wow, pretty damn good. I was surprised it looked that damn good. Okay, so next one is Wii Party and Wii Fit. Of course, this is focusing on the casual audience. which is not a bad thing because Nintendo backs so much with their casual audience, and I can see why they're going to a sequel of Wii Fit, and instead of a Mario Party, we're getting a Wii Party to make more use of the Mii avatars. So I can see a lot of families, I can see a lot of just friends, people getting together and play this game. Uh, I believe it's coming out in a holiday, possibly. So if it does, damn, they're gonna make a lot of sales, especially for the casual audience. Man, I just love the way how they think. Okay. Um, Also, what they also show us is that Nintendo really listens to their fans. Um, on the Miiverse, there's people making drawings, little images like that, and I'm surprised Nintendo actually pays attention and are handing out a bonus called Art Academy. So, instead of getting your usual black and white drawings, they're going all out with like some kind of art tool and paintbrushes and, they just show us what the, what it can be. They didn't get exactly detailed because the development is still early, but it's just so awesome how Nintendo are just doing this for their fans and supporting the community on their Miiverse. So, wow. Okay, next one. Um, Nintendo on the direct video they shows a little segment of a third party support. And one of the big publishers is Ubisoft. They have Nintendo's back. They're giving us Assassin's Creed 4, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Watch Dogs, and Rayman Legends, which rightfully should have been for the Wii U. But we all know how that goes. So and what's good about it is that all these four titles are coming out this fall. So more reason to buy the Wii U console, and I hope the sales could rise up. With the addition of third party support, and Ubisoft aren't the only one. Warner Brothers are giving us Batman Origins, and then we're Deus Ex Human Revolution, the director's cut, but that should have been exclusive in the first place. But hey, I guess they want to spread the love around to other consoles, and publisher want to make money, then whatever by means, go for it. Another segment, what they show us was indie support. I'm glad that they're supporting the indie and the indie titles, and same thing as arcade titles, which is going to be on the eShop. And see, I did two titles that caught my attention, which are going to be pretty strong for the indie and the arcade title. Is Shovel Knight, which looks like it actually fit in the 80s, because that game is pretty brilliant. I hope they get a lot of support. And Oddworld, I thought Oddworld was only going to be for PS4 exclusive on their indie titles, on their indie category, but surprisingly it's coming to the Wii U, Oddworld. And I actually played the first one, that was a pretty good game. So, I'm glad that Nintendo's are reaching out for the indie developers and bringing in more hits for their eShop. And see, they show us the Wind Waker, the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, and I'm glad that they're keeping it to its original form, but more upgraded. Of course, we got the HD graphics, but you can see there's little tweaks where like you're sailing on the sea. After a while the wind picks up and the speed picks up, and then it's like that wasn't on the GameCube version, and so that will make traveling a lot faster and make sailing more beautiful. And of course, they said they're not gonna add any dungeons or no add-ons such as that. and it's not a bad thing because they want to keep it to its original form, just with tweaks. Um, so that's gonna be coming out this fall. See another third party developer who who are helping or who are helping with Nintendo is Platinum Games. Platinum Games is starting to become one of my favorite developers, just because they've been consistent with their titles. You know, uh, I think their last one was Metal Gear Rising. So if they got support from Kojima to make a game from their Metal Gear franchise, that's when you know that studio has talented people. So, anyways, Platinum Games are giving Wii U two exclusive titles: The Wonderful 101 and Bayonetta 2. Now, Wonderful 101 is something I've never seen before. You're gonna control up to 100 characters, and I was looking up the gameplay, and it looks really damn fun. Bayonetta 2, when Nintendo first announced this, everybody was disappointed because no one didn't like the Bayonetta 1, and they thought it was just gonna be crap, like another shovelware. But when they premiere it, I myself was like, holy shit, this is pretty badass. The frame rate is beautiful. I mean, all that action sequence and the fighting and her makeover was a pretty damn good idea. And and I was looking up the forums because originally the forums I go to, they were hating on Bayonetta 2, and I'm just not gonna say anything about it until I see it for myself. So afterwards I go to those forums, and it's like everybody wants a Wii U for that game. So I don't know. Platinum Games, whatever you guys are doing, keep it up, man. Because I hope that if these two titles go really well, we all know that the director been teasing about making a Metroid game or a Star Fox game. So, we give these guys support. Maybe Nintendo will let these guys handle a Star Fox or a Metroid. And I trust these guys, what they can do and what they have shown us in the past already. So, just keep it up, Platinum. Keep it up. See, they also show us a game called X. Now, this is probably my call because I love RPGs. That I'm more into the traditional turn-based, but the action RPG is fine by me. We didn't see any game like fighting or anything, but we did see like them walking in the mechs and the flying the robots, and then we saw the creatures, and the game alone already looks beautiful, and yeah, it's just something you have to see for yourself. I don't know. I can't believe how great that game actually looks. I just can't imagine. I just can't wait till Nintendo is ready to show us more details about it. And of course, I want to see the fighting and all that stuff because that's what it really comes down to, the gameplay. Um, and of course, they finish off with a bang. They show off Super Smash Brothers. Um, Now, the only thing I'm curious about in the beginning of the trailer, they show them in the villager, and I guess you see the default villager receiving an invitation to join the battle, and then you see Tom Nook like walking, minding his own business, and then a little envelope with the Smash Bros. Icon landing like right next to his feet. Now, I'm hoping that they will bring Tom Nook to the game because during the pre-release days of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the internet was all over Tom Nook balls. So I hope that this time they bring in Tom Nook. And as silly as it sounds, why not? They even brought Wii Fit Girl, and I myself was kind of pissed off about it. But seeing after her fighting, I was like, all right, it kind of goes with it, doing her yoga pose and her exercise moves. So I can see why they added her. On top of that, I think they're also doing it to promote Wii Fit when it comes out. So I guess they're just trying to develop more fan base. And eventually, after witnessing it, it grew on to me. It took me a while, but it kind of grew on to me. I was like, okay, maybe she does fit. But we're gonna have a new, I guess a recent female character from Nintendo franchise. Why not add someone who's been there longer than Wii Fit Girl? Someone who hasn't got that much attention. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Crystal from Star Fox Adventure Dinosaur Planet. Now give her the staff. Why not? I think she'd be a cool character. So I just hope that they will bring in more characters. Like female wise that like rightfully belonging to the Smash Brothers universe. So only time will tell. And of course, I was one of those people that was stunned as shit when I saw Mega Man in the end. That brought warmth to my heart because everybody wants Mega Man. Everybody. And definitely, I'm gonna master the shit out of him. I've been a Smash Brothers fan as long as I can remember. When I was in 4th grade, on my birthday, April 27, maybe 1998 or 99, I feel just saying this, but on the day of my birthday, my parents took me to Walmart. Like, we're gonna buy you a video game for your 64, and that's when I found out that Super Smash Bros. 64 came out the day of my birthday, and that's when I know that was the one. Ever since they got me that game, I've been a Smash Brothers fan. I'll probably be a Smash Brothers fan for life. I will never remember that day. That was like a blessing for me. And ever since 64, the Melee and Brawl, my character is Link. And that is my favorite franchise of all time, Zelda. So, if any of you guys want to challenge me, Smash Bros. Brawl, or in the near future, Smash Bros. Wii, be ready to take on my Link, and be ready for my second Mega Man. So, on top of that, the game looks great, of course. Sakurai, he's the one that's been doing it since the first Smash Brothers. It was his idea, mostly, from what I hear. So I trust him to make this one even better. And in the interview, he also states that this new Smash Brothers is going to be a mix between a casual and a hardcore. So I hope he balances out well this time, because in the Brawl, let's be honest, there's a little broken characters such as Meta Knight. I hated fighting Meta Knight. Whenever I'll play one-on-ones or join tournaments, and then after fighting Meta Knight, it's like, shit, expect the worst. Expect the worst of spamming. So I hope Sakurai comes down with the spamming and the overpowered characters. I just hope he balances out really well. Okay, so that was pretty much what they showed from the Nintendo Direct E3. And it may have been overlooked by some, but people who appreciate Nintendo, their creativity, their ideas, and what they're bringing to us, and what they're doing to seeing their struggle to bring third-party support and the Art Academy for the Miiverse community, is like Nintendo are doing everything as they can to make the Nintendo fan base grow more and be satisfied. So I gotta give props to Nintendo. Because they're doing an awesome job. So and this is pretty cool how they kind of made this E3 different. So of course, we're all looking forward to the next Nintendo Direct to see what they can reveal to us. And also, one thing I forgot to mention was originally the new Zelda was gonna be premiere, but they pulled it down on the last minute, and I can understand why, because that game will overshadow everything what they have presented. I think there will be so much hype, so much written articles. It will steal the attention, all the spotlight. And what Nintendo is doing everything they can for us, the third party, and themselves. I can see why they didn't premiere the Zelda, so I'm not disappointed. I can understand why. From a business side. So it's just a matter of time they will show it to us one of these days. But Nintendo so far are going the right direction. Keep it up, guys. And so that was the E3 for Nintendo. And now that it's over, there's some post interviews and news stuff like that. What about Nintendo after the show? So I'll be just giving you a brief highlight that caught my attention. You know, after the E3, after the E3 event, you know, they asked, I forgot which one, which blog or reporter who it was, but they asked Iwata, the president of Nintendo, asking them about their competitors, which is Microsoft and Sony. And Iwata just simply replied, "We just don't care what other companies are doing." And Nintendo's always been like that. They're not here taking cheap shots and bad mouthing other companies. They always remain neutral, and they're just focusing on what they're doing and always trying to bring something different. That's what Nintendo do. They evolve for the better. So I'm glad that the president just simply stated out a simple statement like that. We just don't care. And I guess the reaction for the Nintendo Direct was pretty good. Had good reaction because now EA, after them stop supporting us and one of their employees bashing on the Wii U how they operate like it's still 1990 with a cheap system and just all that negative stuff. Now they're finally saying like, hey, we're considering supporting the Wii U, pending on the Wii U sales, and the sales are gonna go up now. It's just a matter of time. So we're waiting for that, and I hope EA really supports Nintendo because as much of a bad reputation they recently been getting, they're still a third party key publisher no matter what. So it just for the fans. I hope they do it to support us. And now for the longest, Activision been declining or staying silent about Call of Duty Ghosts on the Wii U since their last Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The sales were shit. Um, they were disappointed by the results, so it seemed like they weren't going to support Nintendo no more. But now recently, at E3, Activision said, Call of Duty Ghosts it's going to be on the Wii U, but they just won't tell us when it's the release date. If it's going to be the same release date when it releases on a 360 and PS3, or it'll be the release date on the next gen console launches for the Xbox One and the PS4. So we're gonna find out soon. But hey, it's satisfying to hear that Activision are saying that there's gonna be Call of Duty Ghosts on the Wii U. So more online stuff, more the reason to have a Wii U. And finally, Nintendo said that I don't know if it's themselves or if it's a third party developer, are developing a free to play title on the Wii U. And I'm pretty sure this in the past Nintendo has stated that they will never make a free to play title. But I think what made them change their mind was probably the success of Monster Hunters, and they probably realized like, hey, this MMO stuff is actually benefiting us. Like maybe it could benefit us more. Maybe Nintendo want to do something different and want to benefit more by developing a free to play title. But who knows what the game is or who's making it. But honestly, what I want to hope is this free to play title, I hope it's an MMO by Sega. And I think I think you know what I'm maybe talking about. It is the Phantasy Star series. Their latest Fantasy Star Online 2 is only for Japan, and it's not going to be localized, so far what we hear. And I fucking hope to God they will bring that game over here to the States, because I would not mind putting my life on that shit. You know, when a when a Fantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2 came out on the GameCube, I'll be honest, I pretty much spent my whole 8th grade year playing the shit out of it. Um, that game was a lot of fun. I have never been had that much fun or been addicted to MMO since that game. And if Sega is really behind this, then goddamn, it's gonna be heaven for me and for us. So for now, that's all I got with Nintendo. And this is my first episode, so I'm still a little camera shy and all that stuff. But eventually, I'll man up, look more at the camera, and I'll still be giving out my 2 cents and briefing you guys what Nintendo's been up to. So again, thanks for watching and bearing with me, and we'll see you next time.